Hello guys! This is Teacher Tarah again and welcome to Tarah and Kids Vlog. So today I'm going to give you like a few reminders that you need to remember while you are enjoying your vacation. At the same time guys, I need you to just stay at home, take care, and just be with your family. Try to do indoor activities for us to be safe, to be marked as safe with this typhoon paeng. So I do appreciate that most of you guys know how to speak in English, but we do have 4 kinds of communication skills, and speaking is one of that, which is I know that you guys are actually doing a great job on that. But we also need to consider writing skills, so it is not really enough to just know how to speak in English, but rather how to write them. So I just need you to remember 4 things that you need to consider when writing a correct sentence. And I know that I have explained this in my previous video, but I just want you guys to always keep in your mind that there's 4 things. And after that, I just need you guys to know or get familiarized on how to separate your subject from your predicate. So as we discussed before, a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thoughts or an ideas. So, in order to be considered a sentence as a complete sentence, we need to make sure that there is a subject and predicate. That means the presence of noun, which is our subject, sometimes it can be pronoun, should also be there. And it has to be with a verb, which consists of verb is our predicate. So, this time, I will be writing sentences, and then I will be asking, or I'll be showing you on how to identify the subject and predicate. So here are our example of sentences here. I will be explaining the 4 important things that you should remember, making sure that your sentence is absolutely correct. As I was saying previously guys, your sentence doesn't need to be so long. For as long as the presence of subject and predicate is there, that's totally fine. In other words, in speaking or in talking, less talk, less mistakes. Same thing happened with writing your sentences. Let's see with our first example of a sentence. We have Anne plays online games. As you can see, the first thing that you should remember in making sure that your sentence is correct, the first letter of your sentence should be in a capital form. So our letter here, A, is in capital letter, making sure that making sure that your sentence is correct. Another thing, observe the number. Subject-verb agreement. That is, if your subject is 1, your verb should also be 1. And singular verb takes S form of the verb. So always remember, if your subject is 1 or singular, your verb should end with S. Alright, another things to remember. Make sure that your sentence ends with the proper punctuations. Since we are just narrating something here, we are just telling something here about N, we ended our sentence with a period. If we ask questions, we should end it with question mark. If we express a strong feelings or emotion, we should end it with an exclamation point. In our example here, we use the period. 4th, we need to make sure that our sentence has a subject and verb. Our subject here is N. Take note, N is a noun, is the name of a person. Now, if you don't want to use noun as your subject of your sentence, we can replace this into a noun. We can use she. She is for women or girl, a replacer of a noun, pronoun she. Our verb here is place. So, subject, verb. If I asked you to underline the complete predicate, you're gonna underline everything here. Plays online games. Easy as that, okay? Next example. My teacher writes a song for us. Notice the first letter is being capitalized. We ended with the proper punctuations. And we make sure that our subject agrees with our verb. Teacher is 1, therefore we use the S form of the verb, which is writes. Teacher writes. Never ever omit the S if your subject here is 1. Another thing, our subject here is, complete subject is my teacher. Complete predicate is writes a song for us. That's how we divide them into subject and predicate. start from the subject and start from the verb. Noun, verb. Never ever leave the verb. If I ask you to identify your predicate, never ever leave the verb because it is going to be a incorrect answer. So it has to be writes a song for us. Commonly in an exercise, I know you guys are, especially my Centerville Academy students, you guys are familiar that whenever I ask you to identify the subject and predicate of the sentence, I ask you to underline the subject once and underline the predicate twice. So this is how we do it. Alright, next, they need to help one another as a team. First thing that we need to consider, our first letter of the sentence is capitalized, which is check. The verb should agree, the subject should agree with our verb. So this is plural. Therefore, we use the base form of the verb. And when we say base form, those are the verb that doesn't have S. So this is check. And we make sure that we ended it with the proper punctuation, which is a dot, since we are just narrating something. And if I ask you to identify which one is the complete subject, you're gonna say they. Okay? And the complete predicate is going to be everything from need to help one another as a team. Alright. So that's how you guys divide your subject from your predicate, or that's how you identify your subject from a predicate. Complete subject and complete predicate. And of course, making sure that we write a correct sentences. Again, need to make sure that the first letter is capitalized, need to make sure that the subject agrees with the verb, need to make sure that the sentence ended with the proper punctuations, and the presence of the subject and predicate is there. I hope you guys learned from my video. Enjoy your vacation, and please don't forget to watch my video whenever you have time. See you!